Waste is a waste, dude, regardless of, that's right. Frivolous pasta wasting is frivolous pasta wasting. I take back everything I say. What if the pasta doesn't stick and it wasn't done? All of a sudden, you prevented wasting even more pasta, the whole batch. Oh. So, what's up with that?
Well, not really sure how to start this.
Yeah, you are. What's up? This is RDR getting at you fresh off of a COVID quarantine. If you missed us last week and you didn't get our tutelage to win and get into the championship, that's your bad, because you should have learned the lessons we taught you the whole time and had become RDR by now. But it's okay. We'll keep at it. We're back again. Let you know a little bit of the regrets we have from this past year.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of the shot calls that rang true. That's more of a Christian thing. And I think we're even going to get into our old pre-draft rookie bracket. Do a little bit of look at the bracket and see if that shit still rings true. So, and a lot of us are finding this out right now.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, buddy.
Shit. Well, I mean, should we just start with regrets, boys? So many. We're just waiting for Daniel here.
Oh, my God. So do I need to do my regrets now, or should I wait till we go into the rookie draft? So, all right, here's my biggest regret. Here I am. I'm in 7th place in the For the Belt League, and I've had a shit year, I got Kareem Hunt's injured, Calvin Ridley's on my team, Darren Waller up and down, in and out, Alvin Kamara's missing a couple of games, DJ Chark on the IR, but I'm like, I'm one game out, I need to make a push. So what do? I trade a guy, his own 2nd round pick, for Jamal Williams. Now, let's flash back in the day to when we had done the startup draft for the For the Belt League.
We're going all the way back.
Oh, yeah.
2017. I just went like...
2017. Talk about Calvin Ridley stuff. But so in the startup draft, we had a guy auto-draft and ended up with a ton of quarterbacks, which really fucked my strategy. Late round quarterback stuff. Before it was a thing. Just joking. We'll let you have that one. The late round quarterback guy. But anyway, so I didn't get a quarterback, so I traded for Matthew Stafford and Jamal Williams, who at the time Mike McCarthy said was going to be the lead back over Aaron Jones, who was entering. Yes. Now keep in mind, Aaron Jones had a 3-game suspension going into that season. So here I am. All right, so I give up Mike Gesicki and Kenny Golladay. And this is before Golladay went off.
That was to me.
For Jamal Williams and Matthew Stafford. I spite dropped Jamal Williams that season. Whatever. Fast forward to now, I pick up Jamal Williams, trying to make the push to get in the playoffs, give a guy his own 2nd back. Well, Jamal Williams did not do very well that game. My whole team sucked.
That was the Vikings game?
Yep.
Lined up. I still stand by the right call to make, but I am sorry.
The guy I traded his own 2nd to ends up going from like 9th to dead last. So now that's the 201. And I am stuck with Jamal Williams on my roster again to be spite dropped immediately.
Should we do an over-under on what week you drop him next year?
Week 0, right? Rookie draft week. So yeah, my biggest regret is thinking I had a chance to make the playoffs and then finding out that I didn't, and that I gave up the 13th overall rookie pick to do it. So
sorry.
Hey man, it's all good.
Oh, well, Christian, what do you got on the old regret skis?
Yeah, I've got a few. I'm going to kind of go into our Superflex League, though, because I know we're going to talk about our Dynasty League quite a bit. Not that the Superflex not a Dynasty. I don't know. I feel like we need a better name than just Dynasty League when we're talking about the For the Belt League, but that's what I always say. Anyway, yeah. So I've got this quote here. I don't want to have the same team as my other Dynasty team. That was a quote by some fucking idiot in early 2021 when he was doing his Superflex draft. Because I did things like take Kenny Golladay instead of Cooper Kupp, even though we talked for months about Cooper Kupp being sick on this podcast. And with Matthew Stafford, he was going to be awesome. Jamar Chase over Aaron Jones. That actually probably is going to end up working out in my favor. Jamar Chase looked really good, but I could have also used a running back at that point. And so it led to me having the worst fantasy season I've ever had. One win. Oof. And still not even going to get the number 1 overall pick because I have to compete for it. And I just don't have, even if my team was healthy, I don't think I would win. So with the injuries I've dealt with and just the shit draft I had, it's just, that's probably my biggest regret because it's a new league and new format and I wanted to do well. And
oh yeah,
I got fucked up. No, that's not true. That's not my biggest regret. I can get into the other one later, but
you're just waking up other regrets I have, but we'll let AJ talk about.
Well, mine is a regret. I wouldn't. Biggest regret, obviously, because of hindsight, which is mostly what a regret is. But I will say when I made that Josh Jacobs, we've talked about on the podcast, I did trade Kenny Golladay in a first for Josh Jacobs and Cortland Sutton, which I was happy to do. Still not super disappointed in that trade. Only thing that I had a flashback to was that guy who's now probably going to win our For the Belt League tried desperately to get rid of Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
And me with Brandon Aiyuk on my bench, I'm not gonna make that trade. His initial offer instead of Cortland Sutton was Deebo Samuel.
Ugh.
And of course, I legitimately can look in my phone and say, I have Brandon Aiyuk. Stop trying to trade me Deebo Samuel. And now I'm the one, looking like a dummy. So, I mean, also that on top of trading away Mike Williams. So there was an opportunity to have Deebo Samuel, Mike Williams, Stephon Diggs, and Chris Godwin all on the same team that I missed out on. So oof, more like a cream dream, not so much a regret. Obviously, like I still think I made the right call. No one wants to roster 2 receivers on the same squad, but
then you traded Aiyuk, right?
Yeah, that was not a regret. Brandon Aiyuk for Allen Robinson and a first overall pick. So, or not the first overall, first round pick. So
that's going to work out. But you could have had Deebo and that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
No way, we're doing regrets in this episode.
You're right.
Everyone's leaving this section feeling like shit.
Hey, drink up, boys.
There you go. Yeah, I guess if we're talking regrets, I have a similar regret to Christian because I did draft Johnathan Taylor with the second to last pick in our Superflex Dynasty startup, and here I am with Johnathan Taylor in 2 Dynasty leagues. Right when Carson Wentz gets fucked up, his ankle's messed up. The O-line has injuries, and I'm like, I'm starting to tilt, and so I traded Johnathan Taylor to AJ alongside Mike Williams for Najee Harris and a first-round draft pick. So
Oh, Mike Davis, not Mike Williams.
Mike Davis.
So luckily he showed out. Otherwise, that would have been a horrendous trade from my side.
I mean, you still got Johnathan Taylor, but honestly, don't regret that trade. But I do regret the having a stud in 2 leagues is obviously a bad thing. Same shit you were talking about.
Yeah.
So that's that. I'll throw that in there. Shit. I got all the regrets though, so I'll just do round robin until it's just my turn to commiserate.
to just go on. Well, you got. I know Christian's got at least one more.
Yeah, I've got 2 more though. I'll rant about the other one here soon, but just a small one here. Just I don't know. I think good fantasy managers, everyone can make the easy moves. But the way you win is to make interesting moves or smart moves when they come up. And I kind of regret not getting something out of Odell when he was traded to the Rams. I think that could have been a really good opportunity for me. And I kind of kept pushing for more and it ended up me not getting anything for it. And Odell's been good. He's been way better on the Rams than he was on the Browns, but I still don't see his value going up next year. So I probably could have gotten something out of it and kind of helped my team down the road.
Yeah.
So
also rostering Cooper Kupp, it's not like you want to be in that position of starting both of them.
Yeah. Well, I probably should have.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Who knew, dude?
That's another regret.
Yeah.
Stafford had a bit of a skid there. It was
That's true.
Kind of a rough patch for him.
Yeah.
Tennessee fucked him up.
Well, so on to another regret of mine, and I can already hear Danny cackling when I bring this up, but trading for Tom Brady, which at the time was a smart move because I started the year with Tua, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Deshaun Watson, drafting Zach Wilson. So I didn't have a lot going. So
hang on. Tua, you still have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but I started with Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tua, and Deshaun Watson, and drafted Zach Wilson.
Well, I thought all of them weren't on your team anymore, but Deshaun Watson is.
Yeah.
That's still impressive that of the 4 guys you named, only one of them is still on your roster.
Yeah. Well, that's you know what, and I was 1 game out of second place where I would have got a bye, losing my first overall game because of the hip injury for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Then that second game, Tua suffers that injury. So, starting 0-2 sucked. So I had to make quarterback moves. So I traded for Tom Brady, and I traded away Joshua Palmer. Which I stand by it because I had to make a game. I got older players, Stephon Diggs, Dalvin Cook, players like that, where I had to make the push. It just sucks because it felt like giving up my own child.
Yeah.
And, him showing out at the end of the year. The best part about fantasy is being right about someone you had feelings for. And then to end up missing out on the playoffs makes me feel like I did the worst thing possible. But a little bit of regret. I miss my boy, Josh Palmer. I have plenty of rookie cards just sitting on my bedside table that I wake up and look at every day.
Good morning, Josh.
But luckily I have him in the super flex. Unlike you guys, I was happy to have him in both leagues.
Whatever, dude.
I'm not doing that shit anymore. That was stupid.
Didn't we make an in-draft trade so that you could get him? That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was a whole in-draft trades. Speaking of regrets, I was just saying my last regret was probably trading Nick Chubb. That was just stupid.
Yeah.
That was stupid. I won't go into the details. That was dumb.
I thought you had another regret, running back related, waiver wire related.
Yeah, that's a coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree.
So I regret. Shoulda have, couldn't have, wouldn't have Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
I'll keep it short, sweet.
I guess I probably should have put Odell in that section because I didn't really have anything for that section. So
I got all that section.
All of it.
all right. Well then, let's get into mine. Because I think I'm just gonna perennially be the guy that can't win a championship, no matter how good his regular season is. Because that's just pretty much how I've been my entire fantasy career. But it would be tight if for once I would lose in the playoffs through no fault of my own. But every fucking year it's because I do something stupid and start the wrong fucking team or the wrong fucking player. And this year it was the same goddamn shit. And it was the fucking Green Bay defense that absolutely fucked me out of playing Danny. And no offense, Danny, but I would shit stomp your team this week. My fucking matchups are incredible for the championship week. And fuck Ian. I hope I beat him by over 100. But that's neither here nor there.
No, that's everything.
I didn't start the Packers defense against Cleveland. And I started the New England defense against the Bills. And I went back and forth on this all week long. And I scared myself into starting the New England defense because I thought the floor for New England was about 8 points. And I just watched Green Bay get fucked up on the ground by the Ravens and end up with 1 fantasy point for that week. And I started them that week. Granted, I was on a bye, so it didn't matter. But I'm sitting here thinking, okay, we've got the Browns coming into town. They can run the ball. Surely Kevin Stefanski watched the game tape of Baltimore Green Bay and just thought, oh, let's hand it to Nick Chubb and D'Ernest Johnson, I don't know, 87 times, and we should be able to beat the Packers. So I thought we were going to end up getting run into the ground and had a pretty good chance of not scoring that well, even if we won the game ultimately, just like Baltimore. Then I flip over to my other defense, New England. The stretch they were on before their bye week was this: 17 points, 17 points, 24 points, 21 points, 34 points, 21 points, 12 points, and that was against Buffalo. Then they had that letdown against the Colts where they only scored 5. I thought there was no way in hell they would score less than 8 points against the Bills at home, and they scored -1, and I lost by 8 or 4 or whatever the fuck it was. It's just insanity, and it's bullshit, and I do it to myself every fucking year. And so here we go again. I'm playing for third, and knowing my luck, I've never won money in our Dynasty League. Not
You're
once.
the one who holds all the money.
Yeah, I know. The only times I've won money is highest scorer, like on our weekly payouts. That's the only time I won money. I've been in the third place championship 3 times. I've never won.
Yep, you lost by 4.5 points.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. And the Green Bay defense, by the way, 4 interceptions, ended up with 19 points. So.
Hey, man, believe it or not, we've all been there. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. I know everyone's felt it, but it was just another.
When it's a week ago, it's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's that's one thing that I was at least okay with this year is, very disappointed before going into my first round of playoffs in both leagues that I'm in. Back-to-back highest scores, both leagues. Yeah. Back-to-back highest score. I go into the playoff and I just, Tom Brady gets shut out for the first time in 15 years, the Saints. Mm-hmm. I'm a Vikings fan, so it's like it probably, they did it to me. It wasn't about Tom. It was about me and the Vikings, obviously.
I was going to make a Sean Payton joke to Christian Lizen in the playoffs every year. But.
Yeah, but at least I can go down knowing that I made all the right roster moves for that week. My team just shit the bed. Just unfortunate with COVID, and then on top of it, just drawing shitty matchups for your playoff round.
That's another thing. The last 2 weeks, if I had gotten one of those wins, I would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It sucks when you're like, damn, if I had played Green Bay's defense, I would have been in the championship. But my situation is like, oh, there is not a combination of players on my team that would have won this game when I'm playing the guy who had Lamar Jackson go down in the first series. You know, like that's how shitty my push was. So
Yeah, that sucks.
So fuck fantasy football, am I right?
Yeah. Here. Cheers.
Fuck this. I don't even do this podcast anymore. Bullshit.
All right. Okay. Let's go back. Let's circle the wagons. America needs to know that I am going to the championship in one of my leagues.
Hell yeah.
My oldest running fantasy football league and the oldest not running. It's just my original league. Yeah. And it's pretty cool.
That's it. Well, congrats.
Hey.
Thanks. I hope I win. I've recently made a high stakes wager. Both me and the other guy, he's a firefighter, so we both work for the city, and we decided that whoever wins gets to have the belt presented to them in front of City Hall by the loser. So I'm really excited about.
Hell yeah!
Hopefully I win. So
yeah, let's go.
It's gonna be awesome.
Well, you're the only one with stakes left, I think. So we're all rooting for you.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm going for third place in the super flex, but
Oh yeah,
it's not as exciting.
Yeah, I'm going for 5th place. High stakes, man. That's the number 3 overall pick. Even though I traded that to, did I trade that to you? Where's my 3rd? That's probably part of the Nick Chubb trade. Never mind. Let's moving on.
I got your 3rd for Paris Campbell.
Yeah, but my first round pick
Oh no, I got
belongs
AJ's
to
first round
somebody.
pick.
Yeah.
Well, at the time when I was in last place,
Yeah,
That's awesome.
of course.
I shot up to the playoffs.
That's fun. We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, but out of all the fun, I still fucking hate fantasy football at the end of the year, every year.
That's just part of it.
So, I guess on to shoulda, woulda, couldas, man.
Okay. Well, am I supposed to start this by saying the obvious thing
Hell yeah.
that I shoulda, coulda, woulda? I feel like I was talking up James Conner all summer,
Yeah,
saying, "Hey, look what Kenyon Drake did in that offense. He's a goal line scavenger. He's just gonna come in and snipe. Benjamin's a punk ass." I said all these things, and then I got the offer, a second for James Conner, and the second would have been like back half of the second round. I didn't know at the time, and I turned it down, man. I think it was originally like a Michael Thomas trade, and then I was like, I want James Conner, and he's like, then give me a second, and I was like, no, I guess not. And then I didn't even remember not taking that trade, and then James Conner, of course, went fucking nuclear the next week.
Yeah.
Broke my heart. So coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda didn't trade for James Conner, and I got more. So you guys get it back to me whenever.
yeah. This section I didn't have, other than the Odell thing, as far as shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, all of my moves that I felt like I needed to make, I did. I went and got Chuba. I overpaid for him, but he helped win me some games. I guess I didn't need him in the long run, but it helped me win some games. I thought that ended up being smart, even though fucking Matt Rule decided he hated Chuba for some reason. Trading Christian McCaffrey to get the number 1 overall pick in Deontay Johnson. I'll take that.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, for me, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I didn't really feel like I had much for this one. It was more regrets that ended up fucking me.
Yeah.
I guess shoulda, woulda, coulda. I shoulda start the Packers defense too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you coulda.
Yeah, definitely could have.
No, I don't know if I would have.
Yeah, I guess my shoulda, woulda, coulda is similar to Christian's. Like, it's kind of like shoulda, woulda, did, kind of things, and that was
Fuck you guys.
That's what worked out for me was we already talked about it, but trading Brandon Aiyuk, and it felt good because even if he goes on to do things, like I still fully support what I did. I traded Brandon Aiyuk for Allen Robinson and a first-round pick.
Yeah.
By the way, I woke up with that offer. The first offer presented to me, I would have done it for probably A-Rob in a second. I probably would have done it for a first. I definitely would have done it for just the first. So it felt good. It also happened right after Deebo got hurt, right before the playoffs. People were making those playoff pushes. So it kind of feels good to sell someone at their highest, because I don't know if that's going to go any higher. But the other shoulda woulda did is I'll let Daniel take it away, because it's his shoulda.
Yeah, we're doing a whole thing. I should say the guy that gave you A-Rob in the first made the championship, so props to him, right?
He didn't.
No, he didn't. That's Tony.
Oh, fuck. Well, all right.
He won it last year. He's fine.
Okay, so he's made a championship. So he's a champion. He knows what he's doing.
Beat me he just beat me for the third or the fifth.
You beat yourself. All right, my shoulda, woulda, coulda was the morning that I was doing my morning constitutional, checking a couple things out on the can like I do. DFS, every DFS lineup I've ever set has been on a toilet. So what's up? So I'm looking through my stuff and I see Cordarrelle Patterson, and this is like, I want to say week 3, week 4, where he's getting a pretty good snap share.
That's when he was like equal snap share.
Yeah, and he's heating up a little bit. And I'm like, oh man, I've talked so much shit on Chicago, the Bears version of Cordarrelle Patterson, that I just had to hold out. I looked at my roster. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck I can drop to pick up Cordarrelle. So I just let it be, I just let it be. And I texted my good friend, AJ, and I said, hey man, you need to pick up Cordarrelle Patterson. I can't make it work.
No, that's not how it happened.
Oh.
I reached out to you to ask you if you were going to pick him up.
No way. That's not what happened.
I said, can I pick him up? And you said, do it. Look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
I promise you. I reached out to you. And I said, are you going to pick him up? And you said, you should do it.
Nope. All right. Well, someone better keep talking. So, Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah, I can take it over while you're looking that up. I guess shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Look up CPAT.
Done everything differently in the Superflex League.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That I guess makes sense. I went for a strategy of drafting 2 quarterbacks in the first 2 rounds. Of course, I think Russell Wilson, through the grapevine, found out and knows how much I don't like him, so decided he'd have his worst season ever just to fuck me over, which is, fair play. I see you, Russell. I respect it. I love getting Justin Herbert. I love getting Jamar Chase, but pretty much everything. You know what? No, that's not true. I got Michael Carter and Elijah Mitchell, but basically all my receivers outside of Chase, the tight end situation, I fucked that draft. I fucked that draft pretty bad. So shoulda, woulda, coulda done that different. And the trade I made with you, that fucked me super hard. So
yeah, I was going to say thanks for Javonte.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The receiver for the Broncos?
Oh my God. That was so bad.
According to my playbook.
Okay, so
all right, I was wrong.
September 17th, 2021. It says, hey man, I don't have a spot to claim him without having wasted fab on Chris Herndon. So please go ahead and claim Cordy Patterson.
So, but that insinuates that we had discussed it before, is all I'm saying.
Okay. I know.
So you did reach out to me, and I appreciate that. Because if you see the message after that, I said I almost dropped the Miami defense to pick him up last night. So I think you were just reading my mind.
No way.
That's cute, guys.
I'm looking through this, and I'm all the other Pattersons mentioned before this.
It was a post-pod conversation.
Okay, all right.
Golly.
So anyway, I could have picked up Cordarrelle Patterson in September, which drastically would have changed the outcome of my season.
Yeah. That brings me to my next shoulda, woulda, did. So I picked up Cordarrelle Patterson.
Oh, the fuck, dude.
And he pretty much, honestly, if I would have started him the week I picked him up, I would have won that game and been a second round bye. Or first round bye. And, I would have lost the next game anyway because my team still sucked. But
it's weird how your shoulda,
woulda,
woulda, couldas all sound like regrets.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and regret aren't they?
They go
similar?
hand in hand.
I mean, I could have made these trade. I could have made the, and then you guys are talking about like I didn't start a guy, but I don't know. You're right. It's all the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, let's also talk about you
Should've
being
called
in
it
the
a regret.
Can we talk about you being in the championship in one of your leagues after making a trade with me?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's. I don't think that trade would have affected anything, but
it affected things for you
a little bit. I mean, I gave up.
It was.
Just let's lay it out. That's true.
It was reparations. For the
Cordarrelle Patterson, Kenny
Galladay.
Oh my God,
Mike Gesicki.
You owe me.
But yeah, I don't really have any more shoulda, woulda, couldas, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
I played fantasy about as well as the teams I drafted.
Yeah, you did well this year.
Yeah. So, always, I'm a classic Vikings fan and player. You know, I'm just gonna be continuously never win anything, but always look like I might.
Yeah.
Story
I'd
of my
say
life.
if I kept the team I drafted in that Superflex Dynasty, that I would definitely still be in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I missed the playoffs by 8 points. So fucking whatever, man. If I just played Darrell Henderson instead of Terrace Marshall Jr. in week 4.
Oh, are you gonna go into that?
Would have won that game.
Speaking of shoulda, woulda, couldas, let's talk about our rookie draft.
I'm melting. Yeah, my whole rookie draft is a shoulda, didn't. I could even start at the back and go forward, or I could start in the middle and go both ways. I fucked this rookie draft up.
Yeah.
Not really. I stand by all the decisions I made. I just didn't know that coaches suck.
Yeah.
Except for that Ramondre thing. That was like a fun kind of. I was trying to make it fun.
Yeah.
But
I would have blew my fab all over that guy.
Second to last pick, I figure I pick up a guy that I think is interesting, and then we all get to like battle over the remaining guy. But then no, he just ended up being the 36th pick in that rookie draft, Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
Greater sign than a lot of the guys.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can get into it. Christian, you kind of graded this rookie draft out, so you want to kind of take that over?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, so I just went back. It's nothing crazy. I just kind of went off my initial grades, and also this isn't. These grades aren't necessarily what I think the player is going to do overall. It's just taking into account where they were taken in our rookie draft, how they performed in their rookie season, and kind of just taking multiple factors. So when I go through it, I'll kind of talk about why each player got the grade I gave them, if that's all right.
Yeah.
In our rookie draft, we started with the 101. That was Najee Harris. I gave that an A+. I think that was the smartest move. He's the most pro-ready running back that was coming out of the draft, in my opinion. Even if Etienne maybe was a bit more talented, I still thought Najee Harris was most pro-ready, and he's averaging 17 points a game. So, yeah, knocked it out of the park. A plus. I think I don't see there's much argument there.
I have
Maybe.
an argument. I think that Najee Harris is, and it's always been, miles ahead of Travis Etienne as a
Okay.
running back.
Well,
Fair
easy to
enough.
say that now.
I've been saying it the whole time.
That is true. You have been saying that.
Well, James Robinson's Achilles might be proving you wrong next year, sir,
I don't know.
or lack thereof.
Big Ben's
should
coming
say.
back, and
Oh my gosh! I will
right,
say, if we can see Big Ben just crying on the bench one more year, that'd be great. But anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. All right, so we got the 102. That was Kyle Pitts. I gave this a C plus. Just not really into spending the 1-2 on the 84th overall PPR player. I know he was the 5th tight end, but he was also 20 points behind Dalton Schultz. So I would have rather just have Dalton Schultz. You know what I mean? Than spend the
Yeah.
number 2 overall. Now, I think Kyle Pitts, obviously, I think he is going to be a superstar, and I think he's going to be really good. But as far as this year, I just didn't think it was what we were expecting, and it's scaring me away from any of these super tight end prospects. They usually just take a couple years to kind of get started, and we thought Pitts might be the exception to the rule, but he's not. And I don't think we're going to see another talent at the tight end position come out like Kyle Pitts in a while, at least for a long time. So,
McBride.
yeah, well,
Cole Turner.
we may.
Cole
we
Turner.
may, but
I'll
I
fuck
just,
with you.
I don't know. Number 2 overall pick for the 5th tight end. I gave that a C plus.
Yeah, a lot of that was he only had 5 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
That was really.
Yeah, I definitely
holding
think he
back.
can get better for sure. But
yeah.
I don't know.
There's
Maybe it's too harsh. Maybe it should have
also-
been
Oh no, it's not too harsh, man.
a lot of question marks on that Falcon team as well.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
doesn't
like-
help.
100%.
Biggest question mark on that Falcon team is when are they moving to London, right?
Yeah,
No,
right.
That's just a fun joke I tell.
So the 3rd pick was Travis Etienne. I didn't grade that. I mean, obviously, if I had to give it a grade, it would be an F because you spent the 1-3 on a guy that got hurt. But we're not predicting. I just kind of left that one off. So if you guys are good with it, I'm just going to kind of skip that one because
Yeah.
All the way.
The 1-4 Jamar Chase. That's an A plus. The number 8 PPR
Smash.
fantasy receiver in the league in his rookie season. Incredible. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on that because this is going to be a long draft. So, 1-5 Javonte Williams. That's an A. Took him a little time to get going, but now he's proven, just like what we said, he's going to take over that starting role. I'd be very surprised if Melvin Gordon was on the team next year. And so I think you got yourself a really good starter in Javonte.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Dub.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm just
completely.
looking at this draft and I'm just like,
I get it, dude.
I'm laughing at Daniel. But anyway, go ahead, Christian.
You're good. 1-6 Devonta Smith. I gave that a B minus. He's shown some really, really good plays, but he's still the 28th PPR receiver, and you took him with the 6th pick. For some reason, everyone hates Jalen Hurts still, and we don't know where that's going to be. So just with the question marks and everything, I gave that a B minus. Guys, got any comments on so far? Or do I just keep rolling?
Gardner Minshew. Go ahead.
Fair enough.
I don't hate Jalen Hurts.
All right, the 1-7, Trevor Lawrence, gave that a C minus. He's had a pretty bad rookie year. I don't really think it's his fault. Urban Meyer fucked him, but now Urban
Straight
Meyer's
up.
gone. But still, you spent a 1st-round pick on the number 23 fantasy quarterback. I know
Yeah.
he's a rookie, and again, like I prefaced at the top, I'm not saying that Trevor Lawrence is going to have a C minus career, but as far as a rookie year, I gave it a C minus. Jalen Waddle was 1-8. I gave that an A. Thought about giving it an A+. I'm just worried about Tua, but he's the number 11 PPR receiver.
126 receptions, dude.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
It's insane. He's just crushing it.
I got a little juicy in the pants when he was almost there at the 1-9.
Yeah.
But,
Speaking
he
of that
wasn't.
1-9,
He wasn't there.
Rashad Bateman was the 1-9. That's who Dan took. I was toying with the idea of giving this no grade, but then he actually did end up playing 10 games, which is plenty to kind of see where he is. So I gave it a C because I still really believe in Rashad Bateman, but it was pretty early for me with the Ravens in question. Me just not trusting that the Ravens were going to throw the ball. And then you traded, if I remember right, you traded up to get him, right?
No.
No, you didn't. Okay.
The next one.
That's the next. Oh, that's right. Taras.
Next.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I gave that a C. The C for wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
On that.
He made some really good catches, man. Like, God,
Yeah.
it's such a bummer he went to the Ravens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think if he went to most other places, it'd be a B or better. But
Yeah.
just for where he's at. 110, Justin Fields, C-, number 31 QB. Again, I don't think Justin Fields is bad. I think his team fucking sucks, and his coach is an idiot.
He's got a nagging problem. Nagging. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, you're good. And I just, C-. We'll see what happens with him. Now we get into some bad ones. Taras Marshall Jr. I gave that a D+.
Yeah. Daniel plus.
Trading up.
I did trade up.
Yeah.
All the
Trading
way.
up into the first round to take Taras. And then he's just been injury plagued, but he's played enough. And they just haven't used him that much. Unfortunately, he's the 138th PPR receiver.
Yeah. Not to mention the appeal was his offensive coordinator was this old coach who then got fired his first year, which is crazy.
Yeah, and the whole rebirth of Sam Darnold.
Which I was pumping that train pretty hard, so that didn't go well.
This was when hype goes wrong.
Yeah.
But it could be worse, as we're going to soon find out.
112, Michael Carter. I gave that a B+. I think Michael Carter actually had a really good season if he had played the full season. He got hurt, unfortunately. But he was averaging, what was it? I have it written here. He was averaging 12.1 points per game, and that was with the early games where he wasn't really playing that well. I think he really came on. I'm really looking for Michael Carter to be a staple. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, actually, I think he's doing really good. Didn't he he's had a really strong finish to the season too, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and what else does he have going on there unless the Jets magically take a running back in the first round, which would be dumb.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, they just seem like they're one supplemental running back away from Michael Carter being close to workhorse running back, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they almost have like a Denver Light situation going on up there.
Yeah.
Just like that wide receiver room is getting pretty cool, and he's in there doing out of the backfield catching stuff.
I mean, doing what we said he was going to do. So
North Carolina.
I still think they need to use him more in the passing game. I don't get that, but
it could just be a rookie deal.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that
rookie quarterback too,
Yeah, I think he's got a ton of potential. I'm super stoked.
Yeah, well, that was a regret of mine. Now that I recall, I did trade away Michael Carter in a half PPR league, but that was what I thought at the time was the 1-1. But it was the same situation where that guy's team is horrible, and he lost in the consolation bracket, and now he has the 6th pick.
Oof.
So anyway.
You lose some, you lose some.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
You win occasionally, you lose most of the time.
Hey, just make sure when you get into a dynasty, you read all the bylaws because you're going to fuck yourself on some trades if you don't.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so that was the first round. I'd say it was a fairly good first round. I mean, there were some strange picks.
You can just say Daniel's picks.
Yeah.
No, strange is a bad word. I don't know. They just didn't work out. I liked them when they were made. Honestly, just like this one, the 201 Trey Sermon. Also, Dan, I gave that an F.
Yep, straight up.
I mean, just unfortunately, no offense, but he's the number 91 PPR fantasy running back.
No,
just hasn't been able to stay healthy. Hasn't been on the field. Gets benched for no reason. It's just a bad situation.
All the way bad. Yep.
Yeah, don't trust anybody. Don't draft anyone on Kyle Shanahan's team unless you just want to be fucking disappointed or be Christian, I guess. God damn it.
Anyway, speaking of Kyle Shanahan's team, the 2-2 Trey Lance. This was actually my highest quarterback grade. I gave him a B-. He's only played 2 games, but I thought he actually looked fairly good in those games. I mean, he made some rookie boneheaded errors, but I thought he looked the best outside of Mac Jones of the rookie quarterbacks. He just got the least amount of playing time. So I guess almost could have given this a no grade, but I went with the B-. I'm projecting Trey Lance to be somebody, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he fits the style of offenses that we're seeing the NFL kind of mold to with your Josh Allens and Jalen Hurts and your quarterbacks like that. So, I mean, it'll be really telling after Sunday for sure because he's going to get that start.
100%. This will look real dumb when it comes out and he fucking throws 5 picks. But
no.
What do you got on it, Daniel?
Oh, I hate everything about Kyle Shanahan. And, Trey Lance I think he's got a lot of potential. I've always been a big fan of his. I just think, he's drafted into a team that didn't really know. It's like me going for Jamal Williams, right? And we're like, if I do this, it might help me make the push, but it also might just be something that doesn't matter. I kind of feel like Shanahan just had too many options or was a little indecisive with some of these rookies this year. And Trey Lance has been a little bit of the victim of that. He didn't want to be wrong about it, and it cost him some games, so he hasn't got the shot.
We'll see. It might be classic San Fran, Alex Smith goes down and Kaepernick comes and takes him to the Super Bowl kind of thing.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan will be the coach in Michigan soon.
You mean playing in the BCS playoffs?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It'll take him a while to get there.
Oh, I'm excited for this next pick.
So the 2-3, Elijah Moore. I gave that a B+. He played in 11 games, and he was the number 48 PPR wide receiver. I think that's pretty good. He showed flashes, and just like you were talking about, this Jets offensive weapons is starting to look pretty frisky and pretty fun. If they could get a quarterback, which leads me to 2-4, Zach Wilson. I actually gave that a D+. And that's funny because I ended up trading for Zach Wilson.
I traded into this pick too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I traded my next year's second, Mike Williams, and Devin Singletary for this pick.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And a third-round pick.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
He's looked the worst, in my opinion, of all the rookie quarterbacks. Just completely indecisive, just doesn't really fit so far. Again, that doesn't mean that. I mean, I believe in the kid. That's why I traded for him. But as far as going off rookie season, it's got to be a D+. I mean, it wasn't quite a failure. He's put up some points. Last week he had a really good game. Granted, part of it was like a 70-yard touchdown run or whatever that was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Moving on from there, the 2-5 Kadarius Toney, gave that a solid B. he's looked really good, but he's also been hurt, and he plays for the Giants. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Yep.
Oh, I was just saying. Enough said. When you say play for the Giants,
Yeah, for sure. Amon-Ra St. Brown was the 2-6. I gave that a B-, man. He's been playing really well, especially down the stretch. Maybe we were wrong on him as a podcast, or maybe we're going to get proven right. And all the people with Amon-Ra should trade him right now when his value is the highest before they bring in better weapons. But he has looked good, man. He's been playing really well.
Yeah, it's but I feel like it didn't really happen until kind of into the season, right?
Oh, 100%. But with your 2-6 pick, if you can get somebody to help
That's
you
true.
maybe get into the playoffs, which he would have helped somebody. 2 weeks ago, he had 2 touchdowns, right?
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, how I think you've said this, Christian, is, he's going to have a good year, so trade him while you can. So, yeah. So,
I'd be looking to trade him right now.
Yeah. It looks like there might be a quarterback change, possibly. Who knows? Who knows what will happen there?
Most likely. All right. Can kind of start to speed up a little bit here. The 2-7, Pat Freiermuth, gave that a B. He's the number 13 PPR tight end right now. You got him in the late second round, and he's still fairly young. Hopefully Pittsburgh gets a new quarterback, and, we can get some more offensive movement.
They already have a quarterback on their team that can make it rain.
That's right. Make it Dwayne.
Woo! Next, 2-8, Chuba Hubbard, C+. I mean, he came out, he played really well when McCaffrey got hurt the first time. Then when he got hurt the second time, apparently Matt Rule decided he hated him. Yeah. So he disappeared. So that's why I gave it a C+, because I thought he played well and then just disappeared all of a sudden. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. It's pretty frustrating, actually.
Yeah.
Some 49ers light action in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Some Amir Abdullah.
Yeah, fucking Amir Abdullah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Dickhead. 2-9, Rondale Moore, B-. He's been really solid, showed really crazy weeks, and then disappears for a while. So I think you've got somebody. I think we were wrong. We thought he was going to be too small, or at least I did. And he's shown to be able to at least ball out pretty well. We'll see where it goes from there. 2-10, Amari Rodgers, F.
Yeah.
F-.
Minus.
Yeah, bringing in Randall Cobb was pretty much the nail in the Amari Rodgers rookie season coffin. But then when he has seen the field, he's played very poorly. This is coming from a guy who still rocks his Amari Rodgers jersey every time we play at home because we have not lost since I've been wearing the Amari Rodgers jersey. So I still believe in the guy, but as far as rookie season goes, it was bad. It was real bad.
Sean Mannion might have something to say about that, Christian.
Who? What?
Sean Mannion, the starting quarterback against the Green Bay Packers this week.
Oh, shit. They're not playing Kellen Mond?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let's see.
You'll know his name Sunday.
Well, I'll be at work, so I'll record that game, I hope.
No need.
Hilarious memes.
Just assume. Assume you won.
Next up, Kenny Gainwell, 2-11, C+. Had some really, really good games and then dropped off. I'm not sure what happened there, in my opinion.
They picked up Jordan Howard.
Fucking stupid. 2-12, Gerald Everett, D+. He hasn't been that good. He's been okay, and he's older, and you spent a rookie draft pick on him, and he hasn't helped your team at all this season. I don't know. I toyed with giving that an F. I know you're a big Gerald Everett guy, though, so.
I am.
So what do you feel? What are you feeling? Too harsh?
It's like a C. Just because, it's a rookie draft, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, honestly, he probably did well than 80% of the guys that got drafted after him. He did get injured. He had some injuries, but my whole thing with him is like he actually catches a lot, like quite a bit of the balls that are thrown his way. And they needed a third weapon in Seattle. That whole team has dropped off, and I don't think Everett's performance is a reflection of his talent.
That's fair.
But that's just me. I mean, he's got several. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double-digit tight end games, and he missed looks like 2 games. So, 50% double-digit. It's not that bad for a tight end, I guess. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but I still like him. And he's only 27, which is tight end young.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, fuck it. You've convinced me. Well, I'll bump it up to a C. That's fine. All right. I'm going to keep track of this.
He's only as good as Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll.
Yeah, that's fair. Fucking Russell Wilson. All right, so we get into the third round. The 3-1, Elijah Mitchell. Yeah. That was by me. I gave it a B+. I only gave it a B+ because his injuries. He keeps getting hurt, and I'm starting to get worried that he's just going to be one of those guys. Honestly, like Raheem Mostert, where he plays super fucking well, but he's just hardly ever available for you. But if he stays healthy, I think it's a A+, especially where I got him in the draft. And we can talk about it later when we talk about our best shot calls. I'll go more into Elijah Mitchell, but I gave it a B+ just because of the injuries. 3-2, Nico Collins. I gave that a D+. Just hasn't seen the field enough. Hasn't done enough when he's on the field. 3-3, Mac Jones. Gave that an A. I think he's the best rookie quarterback so far. Don't know if that's going to last his entire career, but as of right now, he's the best rookie quarterback in this draft. 3-4, Diami Brown. D+. Hasn't seen the field enough. Hasn't done anything when he has. Ditto that for 3-5, Brevin Jordan. 3-6, Javian Hawkins. F. On a practice squad of not even the team that originally signed him.
Can you give him like an incomplete on that one? Just like
an I.
Yeah.
That's funny.
3-7, Josh Palmer. That's an A. I think in what little time he has played, he has shown out and has been good. And I still think the Chargers are going to move on from Mike Williams, and Josh Palmer is going to find a huge role. 3-8, back to me, Cornell Pyle. That's an F. Thought he was going to step in.
Loved that at the time.
Yeah, so did I. I thought he was going to step in, be the third guy for Kansas City, and they decided that Josh Gordon would be better. So we'll find out.
Byron Pringle, baby.
3-9, Tutu Atwell. F.
Fumbled
Second round pick.
Punts.
Yeah, hasn't done anything. 3-10, Simi Fehoko. I gave it no grade just because he hasn't really played, but if it's a grade, it's an F.
Sure.
I'm really just holding out hope for Michael Gallup leaving and Fehoko kind of sliding in. But
Cedric
I also
job.
I thought Cedric Wilson was done after this year.
Probably.
I mean, we'll see. But I dropped him anyway, so we'll fucking.
I know. I saw him. I've been thinking about picking him up.
I'll probably go pick him back up just because I dropped him to get Uzama because I didn't trust Evan Ingram. But
yeah, Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup free agents next year. So
yeah, so I need to do that.
And also
3-11, Dwayne Eskridge.
No, he got cut.
Dwayne Eskridge.
I actually gave it D, not an F. He hasn't been amazing, but I actually kind of think he's looked good in the few moments that Seattle will throw him the ball.
Yeah, he had like a 4-week concussion or something like that.
I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
So just a bad rookie season, but I don't think it's been bad enough to give him an F. And then 312, Ramondre Stevenson, based on draft position and where and how well he's done, I actually gave that an A.
How bad did that hurt to say?
It did hurt a lot. That's definitely the one I was probably most wrong about. But I mean, yeah, he's just played extremely well, and now you get that at the 312. That's an A to me. So anyway, long-winded to wrap up of the rookie draft. I hope everyone enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did. I appreciate you going pick by pick. That's baller.
Well, I was talking to Daniel earlier. Like, I think we did a pretty good job, aside from like the horrendous ones.
Aside from my draft.
Yeah. The only notable person I could think of that didn't make this draft was Khalil Herbert. He had some significance. The other guy I was going to mention was Tommy Tremble. He did get 30 targets on an offense that's a lot of question marks. So in the tight end position, it's just tough to come around. So who knows what could happen there. But that's all as far as undrafted in this draft went. I don't think really anybody else made much of an impact.
No. Yeah. This year's James Robinson was the 3-1, so it's a little different than last year's James Robinson.
Yeah.
So.
That's true, man. I will say, I did know you gave Nico Collins and Brevin Jordan some low grades, but I feel like Brevin and Nico kind of been heating up towards these last game specifically. Brevin Jordan's been getting a couple TDs. I think he's up to 4 or 5 on the year, and then Nico caught one last week. I guess I'm just defending him because I picked him up and and I drafted Nico Collins. But besides that, I love the grades. I think you nailed it.
Yeah, I could see them being a little higher. I don't know, based on.
It's hard to tell when you got Davis Mills throwing the ball.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, they actually, for what it's worth, I kind of lumped them in with everyone that didn't play enough that I didn't know what to do with the D+. They actually, of the third round picks, they tied for the second best grade with D+. So
true.
Just everyone else in the third round was either an A or an F.
Oh, so. That's pretty much what the third round's about.
That's not true. Elijah Mitchell was a B+, so they got third.
What about Dwayne Eskridge?
He was a D.
There you go.
Not a D+ though.
Not a D+.
Get out of here.
God damn it. I will. I should. Well, how about those?
Hey, don't forget Josh Palmer. He was an A.
Oh my God.
That was my pick, bro.
Good job, dude.
Enjoy it, Danny.
Fuck. Well, how about some shots that were called?
Yeah.
Were there any successful shots called at all this year? Trey Sermon? No. Terrace Marshall Jr.? Terrace.
Josh Palmer and Ramondre Stevenson, those were mine, so I feel like that worked out all right.
I think I need to change my shirts if we're talking about shot calls, because this one, oh wait, no, it is sick as fuck because Elijah Mitchell's awesome. So I should keep this shirt on when we're talking about shot calls. I mean, yeah, I've talked about it all year, but I do just want to throw out some Elijah Mitchell stats. He played 9 games, scored 136 fantasy points in those 9 games. That's an average of 15.1 points per game. Other notable rookies, Michael Carter, 12 points per game. Javonte Williams, 12.8 points per game. And Najee Harris had 17 points per game, like I mentioned earlier. So Elijah Mitchell, if you go by points per game, is the second highest scoring running back as far as rookies go. I love the guy. I didn't even see him call that, or I didn't even call him being this good in his rookie year. If he didn't have injuries, we'd be talking about this as one of the better rookie running back seasons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And a list of non-rookie names that Mitchell outscored and played around the same amount of time. Actually, 2 or 1 games less than all 3 of the guys I'm about to name. Saquon Barkley, Chase Edmonds, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh.
Elijah Mitchell outscored all 3 of those guys.
Quiet. Bastard.
And Barkley and Edmonds both played 11 games to Mitchell's 9, and CEH played 10 games to Mitchell's 9. And so I'm really excited about him. He's the only thing I'm holding on to for this fantasy season because everything else went poorly. But that's why I'm in the jersey. So let's fucking go.
Hell yeah, man. You did great work. You are the only legitimizing factor of this podcast for the year 2021.
Well, I'm sure I'll get that one right, and we'll do this podcast for 25 years, and that'll be the one I get right. So.
The first. I like it.
And we don't even know if it's going to be right, because if he keeps getting hurt, it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I'm cool
Kadarius
with all of
Toney.
that.
That was my shot call midseason, that Kadarius Toney will be nothing.
And then he died.
That's fair.
What was I had a shot call, didn't I? Didn't I call that Christian Kirk was the man?
Yeah?
Yeah, since that week when he only had 1 catch, since that week he's had 11.6 points, 24.4 points, 11.8 points. PPR wide receiver number 24. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for you to take off your shirt and just like wearing a Arizona Cardinal shirt.
I can't with that, man. I think I still blame Bruce Arians, but whatever.
I'd say the only shot call, I guess, if you want to call it, I believed in Chris Godwin the whole time.
Sure.
A lot of people tried to send me real shitty offers like he was a nobody. And,
Like Jimmy Graham.
well, that's how I got him. Yeah. But that was before he played. But I just knew a couple people offered me really garbage offers for him. And I stuck by him to believe in him. He was my starting guy. And unfortunately, he tore his ACL. So hopefully that guy gets fucking paid, man. I'll be really sad. Regardless of my fantasy team or whatever, that guy is a talent, and I'll be upset if he doesn't make that god-dang money.
Amen, brother. Yeah, he deserves it. Not as much as my biggest shot call, though.
Oh,
No.
God.
Dawson Knox.
That's
Yeah.
true. Not big enough to pick him up on the roster, but you did say.
Yeah, apparently I don't trust myself because I make a lot of smart moves that I do not follow through with, and all of the ones I do follow through with are horrible. So my instincts
Gabriel
are
Davis,
good.
too.
My
Yeah.
Gabe Davis. Tell you what, guys, follow me, and you shall not succeed. But pick up my table scraps that I don't commit to, and you'll be the king of the world.
Yeah. I don't really have much for shot calls. I didn't really make any bold decisions.
Mine weren't bold, but some guys that I thought did really well that I talked about quite often. Cooper Kupp, obviously. Justin Herbert turned it on. And then Johnathan Taylor, I just want to call because I talked Danny into trading up from the 10th pick to the 2nd pick in our joint Dynasty League to grab Johnathan Taylor, and was pretty nervous about that trade, but it's paid off super fucking well. And then one guy who had a rough start but finished fairly well, even though he fucked me in the semifinals, Russell Gage. Started off super rough, but he had a stretch there where he was playing like the guy I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
And then he fell off this week, unfortunately. But and then one more, Carson Wentz ended up as the QB 13. Probably not. I mean, I was hoping he'd be top 15, so he nailed that. But he's been up and down. But I mean, he still ended up producing really good numbers, and would be a great backup to have, which is where I'm using him. So those ones weren't as good as Elijah Mitchell. and most of my other calls ended up being fine, but
Yeah.
just wanted to throw those out.
Well, I like that Carson Wentz because I'm sitting there in my room with a slip from Caesar's Palace that says the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl. So
Ooh.
I'm right
That's
there with you,
awesome.
man.
I guess I forgot one of my shot calls. This was one I actually backed up, and that was I believed in Jalen Hurts
True.
Yeah.
I did not.
preseason.
Yep.
And so QB6 on the year,
Speaking of the Eagles, man.
QB number 1 in hate.
What's up, Marshall?
What? Marshall in the house.
What's up,
I think
homie?
he needs to go outside.
Oh, well, we can wrap it up. The only
it's all good.
the only two I was excited for, which one we were all excited for, was Antonio Gibson, which that was mostly down than up.
Yeah.
And
that was
then,
a
of
weird
course, Miles Sanders was one I was really excited about, who started to turn it on the last couple weeks before then re-hurting himself. But it was not necessarily a shot call, but it was nice to see maybe potential for next year. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you followed me in fantasy, you probably lost. So,
Gibson did finish the year as PPR running back 10.
oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's
That's
just
a
hard.
good thing I traded him.
Yeah.
straight up, dude.
Yeah, man. The
Maybe
old,
that pick back.
You want to trade back?
No, I'm actually fine. I need to just wash away my team and restart.
I'll give you
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson and MVS for all of your first round draft picks.
No.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come
Got the
on,
number
man.
2. I'm going to get the number 2, bro.
I know, number 2. That's what I'm talking about. Flush it when you're done.
Well, shit. I guess that's a wrap, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, just us bitching. I thought I'd get more angry. To be
I thought I'd get
honest.
more drunk.
Yeah, I was just already so angry for so long that now it's just,
That's just
Yeah.
who you are.
yeah.
There's no
It was very
differential.
cathartic for me to yell about the Packers New England defense conundrum I was in. So thank
Yeah.
you.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
do
nice
that.
to put it out there and be like, now you know why I'm depressed.
Yeah.
So if my doctor asks, my psychiatrist asks, I'll just reference him to this video and he'll know why I need the medication.
Right.
Well,
Maybe someday I'll tell you the great 2018 Houston Atlanta defense that fucked me in the quarterfinals, and then I outscored both championship teams drastically. Yeah, that was
I have a feeling that's about to happen to me. I feel like I'm about to score about 40 more points than either of the guys in the championship.
Oh yeah, I actually mentioned that to Daniel before we started doing the podcast. I was like, I wonder how Matt Christian's going to be because he's about to blow out both of these teams.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be a pain in the ass. What are you going to do, I guess? At least I'll win third if I do.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
No, watch. I'll blow them both out, but Ian will still beat me, and I'll end up with no money.
Yeah.
That's probably true. But well, thanks for joining us. Obviously it's the last week of the fantasy football season,
Yeah.
unless you're in a league with serial killers that have a week 18 championship. But come on back because the off season is our on season.
We already started, man. We already started. I
We
need to
said no.
send you the list. We already made a list of the upcoming prospects who declared.
We literally almost bought
Nice.
tickets to the Senior Bowl.
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah,
When is it?
it's February 5th, but AJ has plans.
Oh,
I already bought tickets to see Mark Normand in Kansas City.
well, yeah, that's fair.
We almost went to the Music City Bowl in Nashville. That was yesterday.
And then I caught COVID.
And then it turned out that both quarterbacks threw for 5 touchdowns. It went into overtime. There was a botched TD call at the end of overtime. One of the running backs ran for 180 yards. So it would have been a cool game to go to. But,
Omicron.
because
Wait,
David...
Hang on. No, sorry, you can keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been great. I mean, I was mad because all these opt-outs.
Yeah.
But it turned out it would have been awesome. By the way, Cedric Tillman, Tennessee Volunteer. Josh Palmer, who? Looking at you.
All these people
All right.
volunteering to kick ass.
bros, since when you missed the Senior Bowl and whatever, NFL draft,
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Let's
You think
go.
we don't know? You think we didn't know? This dude's got a bet split for the Colts, and that was 25-1.
I also have one for the Packers and the NFC North.
I have one for the NFC North. I got a bet slip for the Titans to win the Super Bowl, pay 30 to 1 on a $10 bet. So if one of us has to go to Vegas to collect a bet slip anyway, I mean, you might as well just go to the
On
draft.
draft weekend.
I will 100% meet you guys there. If we can get tickets to the draft and you guys can come out to Vegas, I will make it work.
Yeah.
I already started my fund, Dud.
Yeah, we have a per paycheck deduction for these things now.
Oh yeah. So
Hell yeah.
the draft was already in the plans. Tight.
No, it wasn't in the
No.
plans,
Oh.
but
The plan was next year's Music City Bowl, so we go to Nashville and
Okay.
do like a whiskey tour as well as that.
That'd be tight.
But if plans got to change, they got to change, and I'll go to the NFL draft. That's what I'm saying.
hell yeah. And then the
That would be
next
tight.
NFL draft, the 2023 is in Kansas City. So what's up?
So I gotta do. It sounds like I'm gonna start going to the draft every year.
Yeah, that is what's happening. We just got.
Well, I've never been to Vegas,
Oh,
so I need to knock that out. And I
Yeah.
think going for the NFL draft would just be
Oh, dude.
dude.
perfect.
As long as we can stop by Caesar's Palace before we go to the.
Yeah. I'll spend
go.
the whole day at Caesar's Palace.
I'll be like Austin Watkins Jr. in the fourth. I'm telling you, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
so
so-
would we go for like the whole thing?
I feel like
We
you have
go
to.
for
I don't know. I feel like if you go, you have to go before the draft starts. That way you can hit up the sports book and make like draft day prop
Oh yeah,
bets.
yeah, 100%. But
then-
say if we all get there Wednesday night, so we have Thursday morning and basically all day Thursday before the draft for the first round, and then
Yeah.
do we stay through Sunday till it's over?
No.
And
Just as a father of a child and a husband
Yeah,
of a
that's
woman,
fair.
I'm gonna opt out on the day 3.
classic, classic fifth-year senior move.
Hey man, I gotta protect my investments.
I understand. So yeah, you Christian, what are you saying is me and you for sure are staying till Sunday.
Yeah, let me know
Yeah.
how all those fucking 6th round defensive backs go, fellas.
Hey,
No
hey,
problem.
you're talking about Elijah Mitchell's right now, brother.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, the world's awake now. You can't just slip those guys in. Sincerely, McCormick.
I like what you did there. But all right, I guess let's wrap it. Let's get out of here.
We got nothing but hot takes coming your way, so stay tuned. ODR out. Boom.